Hi everyone, I'm back again with a, not a Christmas card this time, this one's a wedding card. Or it could be an engagement or whatever. So, what I'm using is the this is Tim Holtz Alterations Die Caged Bird. I've punched the bird out twice on white cardstock. I've already punched the wings out. Excuse me, motorbike. And I've embossed those. And I'll get to and I've embossed it with the same embossing folder that I've embossed this top layer piece, and that embossing folder is called Damask, and that's a Sizzix embossing folder. So that's the pattern on here. Now this, what you have to do when you're cutting out a hole or a die out of a layered piece that's going to be embossed, you need to cut it out first on your plain white cardstock. Just cut the shape out first. Now what I used there was the layered labels from My Favourite Things, I think. So I, on the plain sheet of white cardstock, I ran that through my Big Shot, and then I embossed it with the Damask embossing folder, because if you emboss it first and then cut it out, it's going to flatten your embossed design. So always cut your piece out first if you're going to cut a piece out, and then emboss it. And then I've taken this one, it's from a Spellbinders die set called Deckled Edge Classic Ovals Large. That one there, and it's the third from the centre, third, well, it's the middle size. Okay. And then I've also taken Timmy's Word dies, the ones that you put on the metal plate, and don't get me started about that. That's the ones you sit on there, and then you put your paper over it and punch it out. Where is everything? Oh, okay, so I punched that out first, and then I put, that's not what I wanted. Alright, sorry. Was it the third? Yeah, so I punched this out first, and then, okay, so it punched out of there, okay, and so then I put this in my Big Shot and sort of centered that die around the word, the pre-punched word, and then ran it through my Big Shot, and that's how I got the shape around that word die. Okay, that's all too confusing. I can do it again, but I think it should be fine. Okay, so these birds, what I'm going to do is chop off their legs. So throw that. Now we can probably start putting it all together. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some double-sided tape on the back of this embossed top layer. Now, instead of using my bone folder to burnish that tape onto that embossed piece, I'm just using my finger, not pressing down too hard, so just sort of firmly, because otherwise you're going to soften the embossed design. So I'm just going to remove the tape backing, and then we're going to put some wet glue, because we don't want the the insides to lift up, so we need to secure those down with some wet glue. So I'm just going to go around that oval shape and just a little bit in there. Okay, now I want that oval shape to be positioned at the top, so I'm going to adhere that to the front of the card base now. Okay. The next step is to adhere the sentiment piece. So I'm just running a thin bead of the Scotch Quick Dry over the back of this piece. And then try and center it inside. Close enough. Okay. That's what we have so far. And now it's time to put the Lovebirds on. Okay. And you know what? Because they're not mirror reversed, and when you punch them out, they you can sort of tell the cut edge. So I'm going to try and burnish that edge so the cut edge is not so prominent, just by pushing it down, going over it with the bone folder, which sort of helps it. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so then that should be right, that one. I can now position those on here and stick them down, but first I want to adhere the wings. Okay, so they're going to go there like that, there and there. So I'm going to put some Scotch Quick Dry on those, and I'm going to dimensionalize the birds. So just put some wet glue on the back of that wing and try and position it where I think it should go. Same with this one. Probably should have done it up a little bit that way, but oh well. So now I'm going to put some pop dots on the back of those birds. Before I put those on, I might stamp the inside sentiment. I'm going to use some smoky grey VersaFine ink, and I'm using a sentiment from the My Favourite Things stamp set called Together Forever. Just got sentiments. Okay, so this one says, congratulations on your special day. That way it can be for an engagement or a wedding. Okay, so that's congratulations on your special day. That's the stamping out of the road. And now I'm going to have to try and put these birds on, centered. Okay. Alright, now I thought that was, it needed something else, so I'm just going to grab some half-back pearls and use those for the eyes. And there we have the card finished. Now, that was probably a bit of mucking around, but how pretty does that look? Monochromatic. So, yeah, I quite like that, I think. Alright, another card down, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will be back with more. Bye.